Now then, folks, how you doing? It's James, JT at the movies, and I'm cutting this one absolutely fine. It might well be the early hours of Sunday morning when this video lands on YouTube, but them's the breaks. I'm back from my trip from London. We went down to see Billy Joel, and as you saw yesterday, I watched my film on the train and then reviewed it in the hotel before we went on to the concert. The concert was absolutely fantastic. I had a really great time with seeing Billy Joel live. It was just like a once-in-a-lifetime experience. But that's not why we're here today. We're here to talk about day number 8 of my 30-day movie challenge that I've been doing. And we got home at about 9 o'clock in the evening, and then I stuck this film straight on. I finished it, and then here we are recording it for you. So today was my favourite film set in space. There was really only one option, wasn't there, for this, at least for me anyway, and that was the original 1977 Star Wars. I adore this film. I've seen this film dozens of times over the years, from being a, 10, 11-year-old when I first saw it, whatever I'd have been, maybe a bit older than that, actually. I came to the original a bit later than that. I saw the prequel, a couple of the prequels before I saw the original ones. I know it's blasphemy, isn't it? But either way, since I was a kid, I just absolutely adore this movie. It just never gets old. I can just stick it on. It's just easy watching, and the thrills still get me even after all this time, and the action and the adventure of it all, and the characters are all so lovable in their own ways, or you love to hate them, like Darth Vader and like Grand Moff Tarkin and the like. I don't need to do the plot recap, do I? I'm sure anybody watching this knows the plot of the original Star Wars, probably the whole saga backwards, like we all do. But yeah, I absolutely adore it, and it's great seeing, obviously Harrison Ford and Mark Hamill and Carrie Fisher all sort of get the big breaks with this, and you can see that they're new to it, but they're bringing their absolute all to it. And it's just great to see. The music from John Williams is absolutely spot on. And the fact that you've got acting royalty with the likes of Alec Guinness and Peter Cushing in there, sort of rounding out the supporting cast, really just sort of helps lend a bit of credence to this for when these guys were, sort of essentially unknown and up-and-coming actors. Now, when you've got a film that's, Harrison Ford leading it, Mark Hamill leading it, and God rest her, when Carrie Fisher was appearing in things, that's big news. But back in 1977, it obviously wasn't. I watched my 4K disc of this. I was going to put it on Disney+, but then I thought, no, what is the point of having a room full of movies like this if I'm not going to go and put the disc on? So I came up and got my disc and watched it on 4K. And it was, obviously, it looked really great. It's the special edition. We don't have the theatrical versions in high def, at least not legitimately, and I've not got the bootlegs in my collection. I have got the theatrical DVDs that they did, the gold editions that are somewhere down there. But obviously they don't exist in high def. I've never really been that bothered about the changes that have been made, but then obviously I'm a 90s kid. I came to this in the early 2000s, quite late on, sort of really when you sort of think about it. So I've essentially grown up with those changes always been there. So whilst I can completely appreciate if somebody took a film that I'd grown up with now and then went and added things to it that ultimately, seemed to be at the film's detriment, I'd absolutely get that. But yeah, I've no problem with that, apart from the scene where Han goes and talks to Jabba, and he's like, it's really horrible when he's walking over him. And the hand shot first scene is appalling as well, to be fair. They should have just left that as it was. But the rest of it, don't really mind. But there we are, folks. That's been very loose, like all of it. But that was the film that I chose for today. Was my favourite film set in space, and it could only be Star Wars and the original one at that, which is my favourite of the entire franchise. So please join me tomorrow for day 9 of this challenge. I know exactly what film I'm going to watch for it. There were a couple of options that I could have picked. One of them would have actually kind of linked into Star Wars a little bit, but that's not the option that I've picked. picked, I thought, well, do you know what? I'll watch this one because I don't watch it anywhere near as often as the one I was going to pick, and it'll be really nice to revisit it. So you'll have to wait and see what that is for tomorrow. But if you're coming across me for the first time, please think about subscribing to the channel. It'd be lovely to keep you around. Drop the video a thumbs up if you've enjoyed it, and let me know your thoughts on Star Wars down below, or even your favourite movies set in space. If you were doing this challenge, or even if you are doing this challenge yourself, what movie would you pick? What's your favourite movie set in space? Let me know in the comments down below. Above all else, folks, take care of yourselves, and I will see you tomorrow. I'm off to bed now because I am absolutely buggered. It's been a long couple of days, a great couple of days, but a long couple of days. So I'll see you on the other side. Bye for now.